Hey guys, it's Abby from Autumn of Pelennor, and today I'm going to be telling you about my March reading. So this is a very late video. I'm filming this on the 7th, it's not going to go up until a little while after that. My cat was very ill. Tigger was very ill, and she passed away on the 3rd of April. So I just wasn't going to be filming around that time, and this is the first time that the house has been empty because since coronavirus my family is all at home now, but they are both out for their daily exercise. They run, so they're both out running today, so I thought I would squeeze in the chance to film, which is why I'm in a Captain America t-shirt with my hair in a ponytail, because it's a very casual video today. It feels weird to be filming again, but moving on. So I'm gonna go into the books first that I read, and then I'll go into my statistics as always. So the first book I read was Without You There Is No Us by Suki Kim. This is a memoir about her time teaching North Korea's elite. She was undercover, she's a journalist, but was undercover as a missionary wanting to teach these children, and this is fascinating. I flew through it at a remarkable speed. It is a really unique insight. Most of the memoirs from North Korea are about people who've defected, or like not memoirs but more kind of like non-fiction works from people who visited and have seen the state mandated stuff. And of course she was also restricted with what she could see, but she had a very different viewpoint, and it's just really, really interesting. So if you're at all interested in North Korea, this, or even just missionary schools I guess, this is a really interesting read. Then I read my read for the BookTube Readathon for March, which was The Seeing Stone by Kevin Crossley Holland. This is an Arthurian retelling. This was for a book either written or set before the year of your birth. I was born in 96, I'm not sure when this was written, but it is set before 1996. And yeah, it's a retelling of the Arthurian tale, so it follows a young boy. It's like lower age YA, and it follows him, and he's kind of like a reincarnation of King Arthur, is the vibe I'm getting. Nothing's been confirmed, even by the end of the book, but that's kind of the vibe I'm getting from him. And I couldn't remember anything about this book before I picked it up, and I'm really glad I reread it. It was really, really interesting, and I definitely recommend if you are into lower age YA, Arthurian things, historical fiction, this is a really unique one, and I definitely do want to continue on with this series. And then the final book that I read in March was An Ember in the Ashes by Asaba Tahir. So I was buddy reading this with Caitlin from Mad Cheshire Cat. Is that the... I'm sorry Caitlin if that's not right. Not having a great time, as you know. But yes, so we were buddy reading this together. It's my first ever buddy read, and I loved it, and so did she. This, I'm sure most of you have heard of, if not read. It's very popular on the Booktonet, but it is an amazing fantasy which manages to capture a war between two different races of people, and has you fighting for both sides differently. The character development has you on the edge of your seat constantly, because as they get new information about the events happening in their world, they change their viewpoints, and then that changes your viewpoint on them. And there were a lot of messages between me and Caitlin, just caps locks what's going on. So this is a really, really good book. We're going to read A Torch Against the Night at some point together, and I'm really looking forward to that. I know that Carrie from Caring from Books is reading that right now, so if you want to hear some more thoughts on that, head over to her. But yes, it was so much fun reading this with Caitlin, and it's what got me to finish it kind of at the end of an interesting month, and I'm really glad I did. It was really, really enjoyable. So that's it. I only read and finished 3 books in March. It's been an interesting time. I think part of it is because my kind of home dynamic has changed because of coronavirus. So I'm unemployed, so I'm at home anyway, but I'm used to being at home by myself because my parents both work and that's who I live with. My mum works part-time, so I'm used to having until midday kind of by myself, and I don't anymore. So that kind of dynamic really changed. And then also Tigger, and then also Animal Crossing came out. I've been a massive Animal Crossing fan since I was little. I had it on the original DS. I never had a GameCube, but I had it on the original DS, and then I bought a 3DS just to get New Leaf, and then I got the Switch just to get Animal Crossing. So I've been playing a lot of that as well, and I'm not mad. Now, list stats. So in March, for the 3 books that I read, it ended up being 1,110 pages. I was reading around 36 pages per day and reading a book for about 10 days for each book if they're averaged out, which makes sense, 30 days, 3 books. There were 2 paperbacks and 1 hardback, 1 standalone, 2 series, 1 adult, 2 YA, 2 female authors and 1 male author. According to my Goodreads ratings, I gave these 2 4 stars and this one 3 stars. I can't actually remember if that's how I would still rate them. 2 of them are written by people of colour, which is these 2. Suki Kim is a Korean American and Sabatahir is Middle Eastern descent, I believe. I'm gonna stick with that kind of vaguity because I'm not entirely sure. And then in terms of where the books are from, Kevin Crosley Holland is British and Sabatahir is American, and so is Suki Kim, but then Suki Kim very strongly identifies as well because she was born in South Korea and was raised there for her formative years of her childhood. So I'm not sure how that kind of categorises. And I think that's pretty much everything. And then in terms of balancing my books, I had 173 books, physical books, that I started with at the beginning of the month, and I read 3 books, so that went down to 170. Not exactly a big dent, but better than nothing. So how did March go for you guys? Are you reading less now, reading more? Let me know how things are going, and let me know if you read any of these, because one of them I just need to chat about, one of them I've not really heard anyone read, and this one's just really interesting and I'd like to know if anyone else has read it. Thank you for watching my less enthusiastic video, and for those of you who have been keeping up with my auto-scheduled posts and things and still interacting with them, thank you very much. And I shall leave you with some footage. I don't know yet whether it's going to be videos or photos of Tigger. So thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.